Hey guys, it's Billy from Sweet Darling, and today I'm going to show you how to make the best marble fondant. Now I've done this all on a heart-shaped cake, so as a little bonus I'm going to show you how I made the heart-shaped cake and then got to the stage of icing it. For my heart-shaped cake I started off with a round cake and carved it into a heart. Now to do that I printed off a template because you know I love a template, so I just googled a heart, pulled it into Word and then made it so it's 8 inches at its widest point. Printed it out, cut it out, put it on top of the cake and then used a knife to cut around the template. I then filled my cake by piping a ganache border and then filling in the middle with jam and buttercream. Once my cake layers were together I did my first crumb coat in ganache. This is just a thin coat of ganache spread over the cake to contain the crumbs and start to build the foundation for the cake for it to be a nice crisp heart. I put it in the freezer to chill it for 10 minutes and brought it back out the freezer and added a thicker coat of ganache. I then set my pro froster to the right height and scraped around the cake so I was left with nice straight edges, nice sharp top corners and a flat top to my cake. And you can just work around with a palette knife to neaten up any parts that you need to. If you've got any divots missing or any uneven patches, you can fill those in with ganache. And if need be, go round again with the pro froster just to neaten everything up. In order to stick fondant to my cake, I brush my cake with water. Now to get the marble fondant, which is what we're all here for, I take a chunk of white paste, divide it into 3 sections and then take 2 very thin sausages of dark pink paste and sandwich those in between the white paste. I then take all my fondant and I twist it together repeatedly, so I just keep twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting, and then once it gets really long I fold it in half, maybe in half again, and I keep twisting and twisting and twisting, and I will repeat that several times of folding in half and keeping on twisting it. I don't want any pure white chunks of white and I don't want any really dark chunks of pink. I want everything to be blended somewhere. Once I feel I've done enough twisting, I sprinkle corn flour down and roll my marble fondant out, and this is where you see how well the twisting and folding has worked. If you don't put too much corn flour down, you can choose which side you want to use, because sometimes one side looks way better than the other, and if it happens to be the underneath side and there's tons of corn flour underneath, it's not ideal for them to hang it over and try and brush with that off to use that side. So I'd say be sparing on the corn flour and rolling this out so you've got an option of which side you want to use. I then laid my paste over my cake that had been brushed with water, lifted all the pleats out and smoothed the fondant onto the side using the flattest part of my hand. I then used my flexi smoothers to run across the top of the cake, the sides of the cake and most importantly the edges of the cake by holding 2 flexi smoothers together and running backwards and forwards around the very top edge and really sharpening that off and letting it follow the ganache foundation underneath. To finish I use my palette knife and just trim the icing to be flush with the cake, and I do that by slicing the palette knife through and then pulling the fondant away. If need be you can use a flexi smoother again at the bottom of the cake just to neaten up that bottom edge. And that is how to make the best marble fondant. If you're doing this with grey instead, which obviously is a really popular one, I tend to use white, a mid shade of grey and then a darker shade of grey. I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. There are brand new videos every single Monday. I hope you have a lovely week and I will see you next Monday.